Hello, my beautiful diamonds. Sheila True Love here. It's 3:57 a.m. in the morning. Um, I'm just lying here. I was watching the show Frasier. Anyway, I was just laying here also thinking about these churches. You know, I live in New York, and it's like every uh there's so many churches, large churches all around, and I'm sure wherever you live, you have seen all of these big churches, small churches, medium-sized churches, and I'm laying here thinking about what do these churches do for the community. I know I have a huge church. It's a Catholic church. It's a big, huge, I mean huge church. And they don't do anything for the community except for they have a pantry once a month. And I've gone over to this church. I don't really care too much for Catholic. That's not my thing. I don't like religious. I like non-denominational. That's my preference. Just a Christian church. Anyway, and when you go into these churches, they're not hardly full. Majority of the churches have nothing but elderly people, and that's because they need to change the music. They got all these hymns and all this old nonsense, elevator music, funeral music. The Bible says we're supposed to give God praise. That means come alive. Give God praise. You're supposed to have joy and all of this deadbeat hymns and all that, whatever, child. That's why it's nothing but a bunch of old people sitting around in these churches. Now, my question is, what are they doing for the community? That's why I try to recommend to people, like when you leave, like I left the Jehovah's Witness organization after over 55 years of being with this organization. And then a lot of people, they don't leave the organization because they're like, where are we going to go? Whatever. You could get your spiritual food off of YouTube. Whatever minister, pastor, priest that you enjoy, elder, deacon, that you enjoy getting your spiritual food from, that takes care of that. But I'm thinking about is why don't these churches have more fellowship? What type of fellowship do these churches have? Do they have men groups? Do they have women groups? I know Grace Fellowship is an awesome church. And then there's the Baptist Community Church around where my bestie lives, and they do things for the community. Like they have a potluck night where people get to fellowship. Everybody brings something and, you get to sit and eat and meet members of the church and talk and laugh or what have you, get to know each other. And then they have, at the Grace Fellowship, they have women's group, they have men's group, they have movie night, they have groups for teenagers, they have aerobic classes, they have AA meetings, they have NA meetings, they have so much that they're doing to benefit the community. And this is, it really annoys me. It annoys me and it brings me frustration a lot of the times when I think about so much these churches. I mean, they're tax exempt. These big old huge churches, everywhere you look, it's churches, 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 churches. What are you doing to benefit the people within the community? These churches have so many empty rooms, huge rooms where they can house people. But my main concern is, like I have this big old Catholic church. They don't have no NA meetings, no AA meetings, no Overeaters Anonymous. They don't have anything. Just a big old church that have give a pantry once a month. It's useless. And I think it's just annoying. Jesus Christ was all about ministering. He was a minister, meaning that he served people. What are these churches doing except for taking up big, huge amounts of space? So that's what I was lying here thinking about at almost 4 o'clock. Well, now it's 4:02 in the morning. I got out of the hospital like 2 days ago, and I'm going back to work on Wednesday. Today is Tuesday. But this is what I was just laying here. I woke up, and then I had Frasier on television. I love Frasier because I like psychology. And it's comical. I enjoy it. But this is what I was thinking about at these wee hours of the morning. It's like I wake up at 3 o'clock usually anyway. most of the time. And these are the kind of things I have on my mind, you know, because I'm thinking about if we had more community in like they did back in history. You had a lot of community. You had a lot of people pulling together. You had a lot of people who was able to help each other. People who was checking in on the older ones. People who are helping out the teenagers of today. Teenagers who are trying to live a Christian lifestyle. They would have their church that they could go to because they could hang out with their own peers. And then they have movie night. Everybody go on movie night. They got to bring your popcorn. Everybody could bring their own whatever, or do things to help better the community with these. Oh, it's frustrating. I was just thinking about that, and I wanted to share that with you briefly. I love you.